Namaste. The topic of today's video is how to discover the hidden talents in children. Now, when we talk about talent, what exactly is talent? Talent means the natural athletic, creative, or artistic ability of a person that comes without training. That is something you are born with. Now, if this talent that the child has, if it is recognized at the right time, with practice, this can be developed into a skill. So, it's very important or almost necessary to identify what is the innate talent of a child. Now, once the innate talent of a child is recognized with the ability to develop, ability to acquire and develop a related skill becomes easy and less time consuming. In our daily life, we have seen many talented people. We have seen that some people are, they are blessed. They have that, what should I say, that God-given gift or a divine gift or something that they are born with. Some people are able to sing very well. Some are able to draw very well. People have different kinds of abilities, which a different other person may not have. And even after trying to imitate them or trying to be with them or with practice, that kind of perfection is not achieved. So talent is something real, and different people have different kinds of talents. The research has also shown that every child or every person in this world has at least one talent. We are all born with at least one talent. Some people have multiple talents, but all of us have at least one talent. Now, if a person can identify his or her innate ability at an early stage, this we can develop the related skill, and with training and practice, and we can become experts in our field. So it is very important for the child to know what exactly is his talent. Now, first of all, what is the age? What is the right age at which we can see the talent in the child? I have seen in my experience sometimes, people are very confused about what exactly is his talent. If you put a girl child and a boy child in a room with lots of toys, different kinds of toys, dolls, cars, etc., what we see is that girls, they will get attracted towards the dolls, and the boy gets attracted towards the car or any kind of gun or something like that. People confuse this as a talent of the girl and say that okay, she is good at this, she's playing with the doll, so it is her natural talent to play with the doll, or natural and a boy, if he's playing with a car or something something mechanical or things like that, they say that that is a talent. Now this is actually not correct. There are certain girls and boys are different, we all know that. So as earlier we used to be hunter gatherers, so the role of the girl was mostly of a nurturer and a caregiver, and the role of man was mostly that of a provider. So that of course is there still, because girls, women, they give birth to children, and that thing of nurturing and caregiving is there innate. That is, it is there in a woman's DNA. But this talent is something really different from that. This is the ability, this is the innate ability or God given gift, we can say, divine gift, we can say, that a person has. We see there are some people who are very good at singing, for example, Lata Mangeshkar or Kishore Kumar, or cricketers, like we can take the example of Sachin Tendulkar, or there are various other kinds of people who are really good at their job. So they could identify what was the talent from a very early age, and they did practice on that, they rehearsed, and then they became successful in their lives. So normal people also, when we are interacting with normal people, we see that people are having different kinds of talents. Some are able to sing well, some are able to dance well, some are able to articulate well, they are able to argue well, some are able to dance well, and some are good at managing people, and there are different kinds of talents. So if the right kind of talent is identified by the child, and then he or she is able to develop a skill in that area, I think that will be a very right kind of education that we can provide to the child. In NEP 2020 also, a lot of focus is being given in this area of skill development, of vocational training. It's not necessary that all are good in academics. So to identify the talent of the child and then further develop into a skill, that is very important. Now talent can actually, yes, I was coming to the age at which the talent of a child, it can be nurtured or it can be identified. Research has shown that mostly it is from the age of 10 to 18. From the age of 10 to 18, we can identify, when we observe the child and we observe the activities of the child, we can identify what is the talent of the child. Before 10 years also it can be done in certain cases, but then at that age children are still learning, children are still developing, they are learning about their environment, learning about the various things. So from the age of 10 to 18, that is the most appropriate age at which we can identify what is the talent in the child. Now when I talk about athletic or artistic or creative talent of the child, there is also something, the general intelligence or the mental power of a person. So the general intelligence and the mental power of the person also comes under the category of talent. Now what are the parameters with which we can say that the person is talented? There are about 8 parameters here which I want to discuss. The first one is observation. Now when it comes to observation, we see that certain children or some people, they are very observant. With the help of mindfulness and awareness, they are able to use their senses, the 5 senses that we have. They use those senses in a better way to gather information from our surroundings, such as objects, events, attitudes and phenomena. So the same 2 people or 2 children may go inside, or just go into an environment or go into a place, but the way they gather information from there, the way they observe things, that is different. So that is considered to be one ability that is considered as the mental power or the general intelligence. Second ability is recognition. That is a skill associated with memory and the ability to recall information quickly, also known as presence of mind. Now, here this ability also of recognition or the presence of mind, it also comes under the category of this general intelligence. Now, the next parameter for general intelligence is classification. An ability to understand and simplify complex information and to perform an activity in a competent manner. We see that there are certain people or certain some children that they are able to understand a complex situation. You give them a complex situation, they are able to understand that complex situation without any training. They just understand that and they are able to perform it in a competent manner. So that is another mental power or general intelligence. Next comes the ability of problem solving. Of course, this ability of problem solving can be developed or can be taught or training can be given to a certain extent, but there are some people who have a natural tendency. They are able to solve any kind of problem. An ability to identify a problem, find the causes and identify the best possible solutions. This comes naturally to them. So, if they are put in a situation or they get into a vocation or they get into a job wherein this problem solving ability is required, they will be able to perform in a much better manner than others. Next parameter is precision. There are some people or there are some children, we say, they are very accurate at things. Being precise in association with discipline, they are good at time management, they are they're good at working with facts and data, and it's a quality of being exact and accurate. They are very what should I say? They are very smart at doing things. Precisely they understand what is to be done, how much to be done, all these kind of things. So this is another kind of innate mental ability that some people have. Next is the prediction ability. With given a situation, they are able to predict in the correct way what is going to happen. So with their experience and their talent, that prediction ability is they are very good at it. Then next parameter is critical thinking. Of course, this critical thinking also can be developed with a lot of practice, but some people have it in them that they are naturally critical thinkers. And then interpretation, how to interpret certain things, how to interpret a data, how to interpret certain things. This comes naturally to some people. Now, the 8 parameters that I have discussed here and the athletic abilities, some people are very good in sports, some people are not good in sports, some are very good in singing, how others, they will have a very hoarse voice, how much ever they try, though they may want to sing, but how much ever they try, they cannot sing, because it's a God given gift to them. And similarly, something, drawing, people are able to draw well with just a stroke. They'll just pick up a pencil or a pen or something and just 2-3 strokes, and then a beautiful scenery appears, or they are able to do a portrait very effortlessly. They are able to do it. So that is what is the innate talent. Now, how to develop the innate talent of the child, that is the most important question, and something that the parents and teachers should definitely know. First thing is, this is for the parent. when you are trying to see the talent in the child, do not do not see it with your own ambition. Like you were not able to achieve certain thing, you had an ambition, you did not get an opportunity, you are not able to achieve that. So don't put that pressure on the child and say that, okay, I am somebody, I am a doctor, or I am an actor, or I am a cricketer, or whatever, I am a singer, I could not become that, I wanted to become that, so my child should also become. That is not possible, because every child is different and their innate capability also may be different. Next thing is for the parents to not compare their children with others. We have neighbors, we have relatives, so don't compare your child with your relative's child, or your friend's child, or your neighbor's child, and say, okay, that child has become a data analyst, my child also should become a data analyst, or that child has become a doctor or an engineer or whatever, and my child should also become a data analyst or an engineer or a doctor, like that. So identify the innate talent of the child, encourage the child, motivate the child, and let him move in that direction where his interest lies. So he will have to put less effort in there to develop a skill that is related to that talent, and he will enjoy that also. The child will enjoy something in which he has a talent. Here I have a note, there is a caution note here, that when the child is very young, we ask the child, what do you want to become? The child will say, I want to become a driver or a policeman or whatever, at that particular time, whatever is there in his environment, what he sees, and there is some kind of a hero worship, and they look at the actors, or they say that, okay, I want to become a hero, or I want to become a driver, or I want to become a train driver, or I want to become something like that. So very young age, when they say that I want to become something, it changes, as they age there. As they become older, they will what they want to become, it changes. So don't think that that is a talent, because they are saying that I want to become certain something. The parents or the teacher should not think that that is a talent of the child. Next thing that the parents and teachers should do is to observe your child. What are the activities in which he is interested in? What is it that he likes to do? You can, in this case, I want to give you one important point that I want to stress here, is that you should give variety of experiences to the child. There should be a lot of exposure. Unless the child knows that there is a musical instrument called a violin or something like that, how will he know what is his talent? Unless he tries his hand at that, how will he know that he is interested in that particular musical instrument? So it is imperative that we provide the child with various opportunities. We take the child out, show him different kinds of give him different kinds of experiences, take him to the swimming pool, take him to an event, or take him to whatever is whatever is possible in your surroundings, and then let the child decide what is his interest, and slowly it will become this talent kind of a thing will become very clear to the parent or to the teachers. But keen observation is necessary in this case. Next thing I want to stress, and I really want to tell this to the parents, is that don't force your your child to do things at a very early age. Things like nowadays I see parents, they are very much interested in putting the child in a reality show, or they want to in social media they want to show that my child is doing exceptionally well than others. So that has to be done with a little bit of restraint. because that is not the real talent of the child. Okay, at some particular age you are training the child and you're trying to develop that skill, but it takes little bit of time to identify what exactly is the real talent of the child. So researchers have shown that the age from 10 to 18 is the right age wherein teachers as well as parents can find out what is the real talent of the child. And once the real talent of the child is identified, try to develop that talent in the child, motivate the child and encourage the child. So I hope this video will be useful to all the parents and teachers out there who will be helping their children to identify their innate talent. Thank you.